So this is Peethan, Peethan. He's a leftist YouTuber who's about to defend EDP. For those of you who don't know, EDP is a disgraced former YouTuber who got busted for trying to meet an underage girl. EDP was caught by this guy named Alex Rosen, who's another YouTuber, Twitter handle I Fight for Kids, who's like a redneck unofficial Chris Hansen. But for some reason, Peethan here has a problem with that. So let's see what Peethan has to say about this whole situation. Let's see if he can enlighten us.
Does anyone remember the guy that caught EDP? For those of you who don't know, EDP445 is an old YouTuber who was memed a lot, and as it turns out, happens to have a attraction to minors and actively seeks out minors to have sexual relationships with, which is what leads me to today's subject, Alex Rosen. Now, Alex caught EDP by pretending to be a little girl and offering him to come to her house and then intercepting him in the parking lot.
You're going to notice this insane reframing technique that Peethan uses all over his video, where he's going to suggest to you that people who try to catch predators are the real predators. And there's something wrong with people who want predators off the streets. Peethan is a bottom-of-the-barrel left-tuber. He is worse than Vouch, in my opinion.
This led to a very awkward interaction as Alex has no power to arrest anyone and just decides to like milk the entire thing as long as he can for like 45 minutes asking EDP questions.
What's the lowest age of consent in America?
No clue. Is it 18?
16.
16, okay.
Okay, so 13 is not anywhere near 16. That's over 1,000 days away from 16.
It's pretty pathetic, but it is funny. Some of the funniest parts are when Alex says things like, 17-year-olds are hot, but I wouldn't do anything to them.
I wouldn't do anything with a 17-year-old,
right,
but there's hot 17-year-olds.
Right.
But I don't go, yeah, when I see a 17-year-old, I'm just like, I can't do it.
What do you mean by that?
And the bad faith and uncharitability begins. It's totally not as though Alex is trying to get EDP's guards down, so EDP will volunteer more information about what he's been trying to do, what he's been up to. Yeah, of course. Peethan here has to go and insinuate that Alex is admitting he's a predator. This guy is a complete scumbag.
And so he and his weird little cameraman are just harassing EDP and asking him a bunch of really stupid questions like, why do you do this, man? Do you know that this is bad to do? When ultimately this is all about the money that they're making from this video.
Who even cares? Who honestly even cares? People who seek out minors like this in the manner that EDP does, and in the manner that the other people who appear on Alex's YouTube channel do, deserve to be harassed and shamed.
As EDP tries to walk away because legally he can, Alex calls the police for seemingly the first time ever with regards to this situation.
There's somebody here to meet a 13-year-old girl, and he has multiple, because he admitted everything to us. We have all these messages saved with him.
And asks them to just come pick him up, to come get him. Like, that would be awesome if that's how arresting pedophiles worked, but unfortunately, that is not the case.
There are videos on Alex's channel which totally end in police arrests. Peethan is so disingenuous here.
Guys, come get this guy. Hey, police, come get this guy. I pretended to be a little girl. Yeah, no, a little girl. Yeah, and he said he wanted to have sex with me. No, not me. The little girl I was pretending to be. Like, what are we doing here, man? Yeah, I mean, EDP is still around. He sold a bulletproof vest. You can book a call with him. He posted this video on January 16th.
I hear this stupid ass dumb motherfucker. This motherfucker made a video talking about, oh, well, you know, I feel like the Eagles are going to turn it on. Motherfucker thought the goddamn Cowboys was bad. Holy
dude, he's like coming through the camera at you. Yeah. Catching EDP put Alex Rosen on the map, and he's still just out and about yelling about football on his private weird website. Alex Rosen also has a very turbulent online past.
I have a 3-year-old in my basement that's like lacking vitamin D. I need to give this to her. It's my birthday, so I'm being generous for one day to her.
I don't think that's what you're supposed to say out loud.
What?
That you have somebody in your face. There's a window in the basement.
I provide her with plenty of D, just not the vitamin part.
Oh no, that's not good either.
Oh, really?
Not if it's a child.
Well, I was tired of being a virgin, so what the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah.
You can't make these kinds of jokes and look like this. Sorry. Can't do it.
Yeah, predators ask for a lot of pictures, man. They're sick. Go ahead, take off your shirt. Do that and stick your tongue out as you're doing it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wait, what? You promised you're 13. Yeah. Fucking shit! I said that in front of 216 people. So I'll be honest about the decoy pics. So one of the decoy pics, the Hispanic boy that we use, that's my cameraman's little cousin. And the white decoy that we use, he's 17. And yeah, I met him on PS4. We're playing Madden together, and he said he was down to do it. So you have 2 minors that you use as decoys. Yes, and their parents both know.
Yeah, he's openly admitted before that he just uses actual minors as bait. Doesn't really make sense to me.
You know, the FBI has decoy computers that are filled with CP that they use in stings and does all this other sorts of stuff that would be considered like totally entrapment if it were any other crime but this. And don't get me wrong, I think these people should be behind bars for attempting to meet minors, but apparently Ethan doesn't agree with that. Probably because he's worried that some of his friends will get caught in one of these stings.
I thought you're supposed to be protecting the children, not sacrificing them. And again, remember, this is all for nothing. This is also they just get content out of actual pedophiles. So, of course, because the predator, hunter, anti-pedophile dog whistles are extremely right-wing in nature,
these people just self-report constantly, don't they?
He was also on Tim Pool's show, where I think a pedophile hunter should be.
I just decided to go throw up a fake profile of a 15-year-old boy and just see what happens.
This guy keeps getting interviewed, even though he's directly put minors in harm's way before, on purpose. He was recently interviewed by Michael Knowles of the Daily Wire. Michael Knowles is like a D-tier Daily Wire guy, so I never really talk about him. He's really stupid. He's like the Waluigi to Ben Shapiro's Mario. But he did interview Alex Rosen, and I figured I would watch the interview. See what he has to say.
This guy is so disgusting and unprofessional. Just look at his eyes. He's probably high out of his mind while he's making this video. And just look at his awful mullet, too. It's like leftists actively try to be as visually repellent as possible.
Michael and the pedophile hunter. They wanted a toddler. I don't believe a fucking word out of this guy's mouth, I'll be real. Because I've seen him in action.
On the scale of these guys don't consider anything in the metaphysical realm to these are interdimensional demons worshiping Satan, where do your marks fall?
Well,
you see why I can't fucking take Michael Knowles seriously. Immediately, he's like, where do you think on the scale of like interdimensional demons do you think these random Facebook pedophiles you're catching in your fucking rural Texas town? Do you think that could be alien demons?
Ethan just cannot stop himself from subtly coming out in defense of predators throughout this entire video. Like, it really makes you wonder what his proclivities are.
As a result, just from the videos that I've seen from your channel, you get a little bit deeper into the conversation with these predators.
They pretend to be children for days and days and days using real pictures. Fucking creepy.
just yesterday in Georgia, we confronted a person who was out on bond for child porn charges, and we just showed up at his house with no messages, no nothing. We just had a phone number associated with an app that we know to be child porn related. And we talked to him for like 2 hours, and he admitted after he got out of...
You have an app that gives you Predator's phone number if he uses child porn, and then you found his address that way and then went to his house. Like, what is any of this technology? He won't name anything. He won't say what the app is called.
Oh, he doesn't say what app it is. He must be a liar. Why do you want to know so badly what app it is, Ethan? You looking to go there?
So what got you into this?
Well, I'm 23 years old now. I know I look older, but, you know, seeing...
You look more mature.
Right, I look more mature. Thank you, thank you.
This man is 23 years old and spends all day pretending to be a child on the internet to talk to pedophiles, and then goes to their house. This guy's not normal.
This is the whole strategy of leftists. Like, generally speaking, this is what they do. They don't even really engage with points. They don't really address anything. They just have this bad faith, like, oh man, he's odd. He gives you a bad vibe. Don't you feel uncomfortable that someone's doing this? No, nothing to substantiate it. Complete scumbag move.
But, you know, seeing a Predator's genitalia might age you a little bit.
You look like this from before, whenever he was screaming the N-word on live stream.
19 years old. I've always wanted to be a police officer. I couldn't do that in Houston, Texas, where I'm from. At 19, you got to be 21 to graduate the academy. At least that's what it was a couple years ago. I don't know now.
He doesn't want to be a cop anymore. He's having way too much fun, pretending to be a little boy all day.
I made a fake profile of a 15-year-old boy on Grindr, and within 30 minutes, somebody wanted to meet up for sex. And
it's important to remember that he literally said that he only started using Grindr because he had pictures of his little brother that he posted on there. Michael Knowles be like, yeah, come on my show. Wow, you posted child porn of your brother? You gave that to people? Can I give you an award? Can I give you a handshake? Can I give you $5,000?
No, not CP. It was just clearly an underage profile. Ethan is such a dishonest... This video is terrible. This guy is awful. He should not have a YouTube channel.
The profile, just a picture of a young-looking boy, or did it say, I'm 15 years old?
Well, I mean, it was just a picture of my little brother, like his face, and
told you.
Are you afraid of breaking any laws? I don't know what the laws are in private sting operations, but especially if you have a liberal DA or something, I could see...
Private sting operation? I don't think that's a thing. He's just making stuff up. Even if it was like private, that would imply that he was like licensed as a private investigator or something.
No, it wouldn't. Michael Knowles was just trying to find words to describe what Alex is doing. This is yet one of the countless idiotic gripes and sand grain sides considerations that Ethan makes throughout this whole video to just try and discredit him the whole way, to just throw some stink onto Alex. A better man than Ethan is. Half the stuff Ethan says isn't founded in anything, has no basis in fact. He's just throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. Because what this video that Ethan has made is fundamentally about is just confirming the biases of his half-wit fans. Ethan's fans don't like Alex Rosen because he's right-wing. And that's really what this is about.
No, this guy is a high school graduate with a YouTube channel.
Do you ever go to the movies or something? Do you ever have a day off?
Well, I don't take off days. I'll love to work. So luckily, I think catching predators is the funnest thing somebody can do. So it really works out well for me.
He's so brain broken. He doesn't take off days. He just sits inside on the internet, probably scrolling Twitter all day long, talking to fucking pedophiles on Facebook, pretending to be a minor every day. Unwell. He said it's the funnest thing I can think of. His Twitter is at I Fight for Kids. Come on, dude. What the fuck is this? This is the child predator we're confronting right now. He did nothing wrong.
No, I get it, but I didn't read through all of these yet, and I don't want to go through every single one. I think that'd be a waste of both of our times. And so I'm not judging you.
I told her I couldn't meet her.
Okay. Did you all discuss doing anything?
No.
No? Okay. So if I were to look through all of these, there wouldn't be anything that I might be talking to you about?
Shouldn't be.
He's just talking to this supposed pedophile on his recliner. He's in for tea with grandpa. Why is he like being so coy? Like, oh, I'm not gonna find anything in there if I look.
It's not really alleged. This guy admits to sending those messages within this clip. And the purpose behind Alex acting coy, as Ethan calls it, is to get this guy's defenses down so he divulges more information. Like, Ethan is so brain dead, he doesn't even understand how interrogations work. It's not, it's not just someone getting up in someone else's face and demanding answers all the time. Sometimes it involves acting like you're this person's friend to gain their trust. So they tell you things they wouldn't otherwise ordinarily tell a person.
He's trying to play dumb and lie as if we don't have a stack of papers. What's in the stack of papers?
Shouldn't be.
Okay. Mark, I'm not here to judge you, dude. Look, because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody talks to people.
I'm not here to judge you. Dude, I would do the same in your position. You call yourself a pedophile hunter. What the fuck? You say it's the funnest thing you can do.
Every single person has a vice. Every single person does stupid stuff, okay? I'm not immune from that. You're not immune from that.
Dude, he watches so much fucking propaganda and interrogation on YouTube where he's trying to establish rapport with this old man in his recliner. Does he think this is an interrogation?
Yeah, go ahead and pretend like his tactics actually haven't worked on people before, which they totally have.
You know, I'm one of those guys. I'm from Alabama. I'm a really traditionalist guy here in Alabama. I talk to people man to man.
That never precedes something positive. He's trying to like level with him and be like, everyone does stuff like this, guy. It's okay. He's trying to get him to open up. You can't do that in someone's own fucking house. He clearly is not threatened or like pressured to reveal anything to you. Your coercion is not working. He's probably got Jeopardy on in the corner.
You might only be 13, but you are the sexiest, most beautiful woman in the world to me.
Oh, I said that, yeah.
Okay, well, why'd you say it?
He's like, yeah, well, I said that.
Wow, like what did you say 3 seconds ago, Ethan?
He's trying to get him to open up. You can't do that in someone's own fucking house. He clearly is not threatened or like pressured to reveal anything to you.
Yeah, and he revealed the fact that he sent these messages because he felt comfortable, because he felt safe. Man, Ethan is so brain dead. It astounds me that people actually consume this man's content. This is an embarrassment and an indictment on this country, that people think this is like that this guy even has a career as a YouTuber. It's embarrassing.
I mean, that's exactly the problem, right? This pedophile gets to be like, yeah, I said that, straight to this moron's face, and he doesn't get to do shit about it. What is the point of what he's doing other than clout?
First of all, sometimes they do get arrested, and second of all, it's an indictment on our police. Like one of the criticisms that Ethan here is about to make is that Alex is doing all these stings, and then he doesn't even get that many arrests. Like, that's an indictment on our own justice system. That Alex can do a sting like this, can have some fully grown man pursuing a young child, have all the receipts, and then somehow these people still don't go in the slammer for it.
Dude, he's not going for the handle. He's not going for the handle. There's no way.
I mean, were you just trying to flirt with her when you said I want to fuck you? Because it definitely wasn't a push her away. I'm not buying that. I mean,
I might be on.
Okay, what's the best reason you can come up with that is actually truthful?
I said, if I told her that to my cat, she'd go away.
Okay, but you texted her like 4 times in a row, multiple times.
Well, she kept texting me first.
I do think that because this guy keeps repetitively engaging these people, clearly, you can't arrest him for that. Because he wasn't talking to a little girl. He was talking to a guy pretending to be a little girl. It's not illegal, unfortunately.
John Stossel logic. Has Ethan never seen To Catch a Predator? Yes, it is a crime to solicit someone who you believe to be a minor for sex. That is a crime in and of itself, regardless of whether or not this person is actually a minor. Ethan is totally ignorant of the law.
Playing pretend, you can't bring that into court. Dude, how are you gonna sit on the couch like that, call yourself a pedophile hunter, sitting like this with him? He's such a bitch for posting so fucking rude about this old man after the fact, when if you watch the videos, he's talking to him like it's his literal grandpa. I don't want to have to use the texts against you. Guess I gotta read them now. You know, we all have problems like this. Can you just talk to me? The fuck is wrong with you?
This is a lot of tough talk coming from Ethan, who is too much of a coward to actually engage in a conversation with Alex Rosen when he reached out over the fact that Ethan made this terrible video about him. Because, of course, this garbage fire is indefensible. People are eating him alive in the comments.
Like, this dude probably makes plenty of money off this shit, but he's not paying for therapy. He's not getting these guys into like a housing that's away from like anyone they could do any harm to, that has no internet. He's not doing shit. And he gets called a hero for it by hogs like Michael Knowles.
And there you have it. The mentality of a man who believes that being a predator is just another sexual orientation.
We've had stings where we pose as pedos ourselves. Like a guy that I'm about to bring up, David Dunn in Midlothian, Virginia. We were posing as a fake pedophile online, and he either messaged me or my
bro posing as a fake pedophile online. Of course, I downloaded it just as a fake. I downloaded it so no one else can have it.
Like, yeah, actually a good thing for once, like for pedos, because they think that
I'm a little older.
Yeah, they think that I'm mature enough to have a 9-year-old daughter.
And be a pedophile too, because you look like a pedophile.
So I actually video called this guy as myself, and he was telling me like,
dude, you can't be like, I'm playing as myself, as a role as myself. Like, at what point are you just being yourself? This is all you do.
See the ridiculous tu quoque tactic that Ethan tries to pull throughout this entire video? You know, to take the heat off of actual predators, he's just going to call the guy who's busting predators a predator. Just terrible. Evil. Ethan is seriously one of the most dishonest YouTubers I have ever had the misfortune of encountering.
you know, I think our videos, or at least the intent of them, is to leave no doubt that these people getting exposed and arrested deserve the rest of their life, if not, you know, death in prison.
So what?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I was just about to ask what his, like, solution is. Like,
why are you worried, Ethan? Was there a chance that Alex would put you behind bars for life?
Is it the porn that's the driver? Are they born this way? Is it some combination?
why are you asking him? He doesn't know.
Well, I don't know how much.
No, yeah, there you go. He doesn't know.
A straight guy goes to prison, and then, you know, all of a sudden he's a gay guy. I don't know. That's kind of wouldn't seem genetic to me.
True.
And it wouldn't be that he was abused as a kid. It was maybe it's just some other. So I guess I'm just trying to.
Dude, these guys never talk about fucking anything. How am I gonna get through the rest of this video?
You know, in 6th grade, you know, some kid had his phone out. He's like, "Oh, Alex, look at this," and it was like porn. But I don't like 11-year-olds. I don't like 14-year-olds. I like adults.
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. I don't like 11-year-olds. I don't like 13-year-olds. I like adults. Guy who is definitely only into adults. Thank you for specifying.
I think fans of Ethan are able to just passively absorb this stuff, not thinking about the fact that he's like totally cut up this video and is interrupting them at every turn, like not even letting his own viewers see the full context of what's going on here, so he can interpret it in as bad faith a way as possible.
Everybody has their vices. So I don't know. I've asked people, like, is there a certain child porn video you like to view the most?
Why would you ask that?
In some sense, I don't know. I'm not a tech guy, but I assume you have to kind of download it in order to even look at it. Like I have to download a file if I want to read the file, even if it's
right.
What again? I took like 7th grade computer.
Yeah,
science,
yeah.
But I think
I took 7th grade computer too, and I think I know what I'm talking about. When you want to look at an image, you have to download it.
is the predisposition for them. You mentioned they're weaker, which might be that they just haven't cultivated habits of virtue,
Right.
or it might be that they just are born with a weaker resistance to these things. Is it just because they're idiots?
Are they idiots? Yeah, I'd say a lot of them are, but you know,
Okay, Michael Knowles is a fucking idiot. What kind of question is that? Are pedophiles because they're stupid? This is genuinely the worst place for Alex Rosen to be telling people how pedophiles get caught. He might be teaching some people in Michael Knowles' audience how to avoid that kind of thing.
This whole video could be summed up into that one comment on Ethan's part. That's really the sentiment that he is trying to impress upon his fans here with all of this. It's not about the ethics or methodology of what Alex Rosen does, or if people should be, citizens on the street should be taking this stuff into their own hands and not letting the police handle it. It's a hit piece. And it's about accusing right-wingers of being predators, to deflect from the fact that left-wingers are really in favor of this stuff, but they just haven't admitted it yet.
we had a pedo in Wyoming who came to drink baby's blood, like essentially adrenochrome, and people say that just doesn't happen. So I don't know.
Did you find some?
Did he say he wanted to have sex with the?
Oh yeah, that
That was part of it.
Yeah,
the blood was the hors d'oeuvre.
I was trying to think. He wanted to literally, I think, something with. I mean, this was in 2022, so my mind's kind of going blank. But like, he just would have had the most depraved mind we've ever seen from anybody. That was his thing. And even just a couple days ago, in San Antonio, we caught a guy, and he wanted to give a to what we said was an autistic 5-year-old. So I mean, they have no limit. I mean, you know,
That involves
yes,
right. Okay.
yeah.
It's just shock value. He says like autistic 5-year-old like it's some crazy thing. You came up with that, motherfucker. That was your character that you made up. Why did you do that?
Oh my lord, it is crazy because someone still said yes to this. Because there's a person who was on the other end of that phone who thought this was a real offer, who wanted to do it anyways. This guy is like, this has to be deliberate. He has to have an agenda to just dump on Alex because he's right wing. And really, this is, I would bet dollars to donuts that it's also probably part of just normalizing quote unquote minor attracted persons, as the left has begun to call them. That's really what Ethan's angle here is.
Is he about to be like, yeah, Chris Hansen, they had the 13-year-olds, 12-year-olds. We have 5-year-olds. We have 4-year-olds. They wanted a toddler. We push it to the max. We make these guys go crazy for babies. And then we don't arrest them.
I think there's a lot of producers that we have caught that we just don't even know about.
What, because you didn't ask?
And then I ask him the question straight up. I'm like, how many times did and he's like 2 to 3 times. And he says it right on camera. Then we call the cops and he admits it in front of the cops. And right now it's an open investigation on him. And I think it's going to be our longest sentence when it's all said and done.
He admitted it on camera. He admitted it to the cops. And it's an open investigation. Can't be like the ends justify the means when you've only gotten like 40 people arrested out of like 600 stings.
If the guy admitted it to the cops, that is an indictment of our justice system. Not what Alex Rosen is doing here.
At this point, we have an arrest in 44 different states.
An arrest in 44 different states. So 1 per state out of 600 stings?
Convictions in 30.
But that's a really nice way to not say how many.
So how many stings have you done?
Oh my gosh. I think close to 600 over the years.
God damn, dude. He basically does nothing. He's lucked out every time he's really caught someone and actually gotten them convicted. Such a grifter. Anyway, I'm done watching this now. This pedo hunter stuff is really gross, really exploitative of people's emotions, and ultimately it's very self-serving for this particular predator hunter. You couldn't even put EDP in jail. Anyway, go touch some grass. Thank you so much for watching.
Man, that was a terrible video. Ethan is so dishonest throughout the entirety of it. I mean, really, this seems like this is what LeftTube is like degenerating into. It's either these disgusting, long-winded, bloviating video essays that are so pretentious, or it's just like quote-unquote comedy like this, which is just popcorn for these mindless bots. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share it if you really liked it. That's the #1 way you can help grow this channel. My Patreon is up, and also I am on Twitter, so you can follow me there, and Red Channels will catch you in the next one.